New products from the Sound Doctrine mess here. Boy, I just finished up a K2600 XS if anybody needs one. That's a beauty, Paul. Got it crunched and shipping. Had to do some fixing on it. This is a mold for knobs that I just made a pile of here. We got the resin that I've got to paint those, and I'm going to use a plastic that'll be black, and then I can just paint the white stripes on them. But this was a cheesy resin, but they're high quality impressions. These look so much better than 3D printed knobs. We got the Krumar knobs. Got the here's a Krumar. Lovely. We will have this one. I didn't get the resin mixed well enough. It's still sticky. That was going in the trash. That's for a Pro Soloist, Art Pro Soloist. That's for the Elita. That one actually dried pretty good. And these are Juno 106. I ran out of those, and Juno 6, and Polymoog / Moog Opus 3. And I'm going to drill, I just drill holes in the bottom of the knobs, mini Korg, and they just shove onto the shaft, and you put a dab of goop and they won't spin. It works fine. Juno 660 Omni. There's the ARP Omni, and I threw away the CS ones, didn't I? Did I throw away both of them? They didn't dry well. I didn't mix the resin very well. I did a sloppy job mixing. I was in a hurry with somebody here. But I kind of wanted to test that to see how the mold would work, and it all came out. So this is going to make a fantastic long-term mold. A bit of a trick to get it done, but anyway, we'll have the CS20M, CS40M type knobs also in this batch. Now, for something entirely different, this is a Polymoog. This is a Rhodes pre-piano. It's been as much trouble as a Polymoog, but I actually have now a new perfectly tuned. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's perfectly tuned note there that I ground using my Portaline like a rudimentary lathe. I had the machine shop make some. I was saying, they said it was just so hard to do, to make these things. They just didn't want to do any, and would have had to charge me too much to do them. So I found a scrap unit, and pounding these things out was absolutely a bear. But I've now got a bunch of these rods that are 0.115 diameter for the Rhodes pre-piano, and they just aren't quite the same taper, so I have to form them with my Portaline and file them round like a lathe, take off about 15 thousandths and taper it to a cut there. And anyway, yeah, it's much needed. This thing's been sitting here for 10 years, I think. Over on a bench over here where it's underneath there. Bill Rhodes painted it, and yeah, we're gonna want some money for this one when we get it done, but it's gonna be beautiful. The rods are just so picky about the tonality. I mean, we tried making them out of different material and 1/8" rods, and it just is not the same. It just is not the same tone. It just has a deader tone, and these have so much high-end quality there. They just have to sound the same, or it just isn't a good instrument. Anyway, so yeah, a truly spectacular event. We finally got this thing finished. This is the prototype. This is not the production model, but we have a side. As you can see, I haven't turned these screws all the way in because they all go in very nicely into the holes. They're precisely lined up, which was very hard to get those exact. of course, but we got it, and I'm going to make a template so we get all the future ones like that. But the DK600 deserves nice size. It is a really cool synth with just smooth analog everything past the tone generation, of course. Seen my videos on it, you know that this is a beautiful tone instrument, but it has these cheesy, I call it milk carrier technology sides. You know, the original sides look like this, and they're plastic that often gets broken. This one survived. This side this synth has sides that are intact, so I don't want to put these screws in because these are 15 thousandths larger. They will slightly expand those holes, and I just don't want to do that on one where I'm going to put the original side back on right now. But it lets you see. Now these laminations will not be there. I laminated on facing on the front and back. Had to carve in there to make the back fit. That's the new one that you will get if you order these will not have this bottom. When you look from the bottom, you'll only see the thin width of this 1/4 inch. You'll see a 1/4 inch thick strip along the bottom instead of seeing this whole width, because it just is unnecessary to do that. It's not really adding much strength, and it has to be thicker than the original to do that. So to keep the size down close for people that have cases and stuff, we're going to just get rid of the bottom, and we're going to make the thing slightly longer, just very slightly longer, so we can have the front have enough substantial material there. So you see on this one, he whittled out the front accidentally, and I had to build a precision block there to fill in on this prototype. And so we're going to make it a little thicker there, so we got plenty of wood strength. In grain will tend to do that otherwise. But yeah, these are really going to be gorgeous, and Charlie's got some really nice walnut over there in the right thickness, and yep, so get in line. Well, let's see, I've also got the cheek blocks here that will go in there for the plastic ones when they break, so that's another part we'll offer, I guess, for these, and don't take near as much work to make as those. And yeah, when you get these two, I'll probably just leave the backs blank like this, and because there are so many variations when cases get warped and the hinge bent a little bit and whatever, as you fold the thing down, the position of the screws might vary, so it's easy to pilot those and just put your own holes in to fit your synth when you get those. And on these things, I'm not sure. I think they can vary too. I'm probably going to pre-drill those, but I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, just at least we'll have a problem. While we're at it, I'm still working on this Poly 6, and this is what's going to go on there. This lovely side Dennis did some airbrushing on. What's it got on there? Something got stuck on it. Anyway, yeah, really pretty simulated wood grain there on an oak piece to make it look exotic, and yeah, a pair of sides that will go on there as soon as I get the cut made in those. I need to router out a thing for the tongue and groove on those. But yeah, we'll have those available too. We're going to produce both of those in walnut.